Aloha everyone, and welcome to the third session of our Navigating Together series with the Hawaii Spa Association. I am Jennifer Holsworth, Vice President of the board of the Hawaii Spa Association, and I'm joined with me with the rest of the board. We have Shawn Hallum, our Director of Education. We have Daryl Lehman here. He is our Treasurer. We also have Sharon Atagura, who is one of our advisory board members. And unfortunately, Cecilia is unavailable to join us, our president, but she'll be watching from home, I'm sure. So we are really excited today to just kind of have an organic question and answer with those that are here live, but also we have a really exciting interview with one of our vendor partners, Robin, who is the founder and owner of Ola Hawaiian Spa Products, who may be a vendor that you partner with at your locations, has taken the time to speak with us about some of the important things going on in her world from a vendor perspective and from products and relationship standpoint with some of her spa partners. So really excited to share that information with you. For those that are here live, if you have any questions throughout the interview or just throughout this session, feel free to put them in the chat box and we'll make sure that we get those answered at the end. Once we're done with showing the interview, we'll come back and circle back around with the board members and we'll do some Q&A, and we have a couple of really exciting announcements at the end. But for right now, I'm gonna kick it over to Shawn to get the interview started.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. So I was very lucky to connect with Robin just last week. And so the interview has been pre-recorded and she was very passionate, has lots of insight to share. So I'm going to cue that up for all of us and we will get this going. All right. So you should all be able to see my screen and here we go. Aloha, Hawaii Spa Association. I'm Shawn Hallum, your Director of Education. You hopefully have been following our incredible interview series. It's been super fun engaging all of the experts that we've had as a part of our organization to guide us through this interesting new normal. So today, we are very, very blessed to have Robin Williams join us from Ola Tropical Apothecary. They're on the Big Island, and the Big Island protects us all in many ways. At least I'm on Maui, so I know that to be true. And so we're really blessed to have you with us today, Robin. And you know, I know a couple of things about you, Robin, that make you unique. Number one, I've worked with your incredible products for a number of years now. And so I know they're fabulous. I know they work, and I know they're made with incredible heart. You know, you've been in Hawaii since 2001, right? Is that right? Yep. And then you started your business back in 2005. So Ola Tropical Apothecary has been thriving for 15 years now. Yeah. So for those of us who don't know you well, and I can't believe there's anybody here that wouldn't, but can you tell us a little bit about your background and about Ola Tropical Apothecary?
Yeah, I would say I have a very untraditional background as far as any of this goes, but I think like many of us, we piece together those parts of us that we develop throughout our life, and suddenly it morphs into something quite unexpected, which is what happened to me. I thought I was going to be a dancer my whole life, and I was 100,000% committed to it. And then I stopped being a dancer because I was 30 and it just didn't seem to be working. And I started a business unexpectedly, and then I started another business, which was Ola, many years later. So that was kind of spread out and far apart. But meanwhile, in 2001, I had moved to Hawaii with my husband and my 2-year-old. And we had a difficult beginning, but it really, we were cast into the light when we were kind of allowed to and given the opportunity to start Ola with our family. It was a big family sort of hui, and everybody decided this is what we should be doing. And we got together with my Hanai sister, who's a formulator, and my husband, ex-contractor, suddenly became the chef, and apparently he was really good at it. Problem solver, premier, you know, he just very hands-on, knew how to fix things, put things together, change it, make it amazing. And I naturally stepped into the sales and marketing role, which I had some experience in, but absolutely no formal training. So I've learned a lot in 15 years, and I would say most of my learning is credited to you guys. You've been my teachers, my mentors. You've given me so much insider knowledge and support along the way that I cannot tell you how grateful I am for. And especially right now, with things as tenuous as they are, and small business kind of being really on the fringe of things, with a very uncertain future, I'm so grateful that we've had the ride that we've had, and I hope that we can continue it. And my heart is committed, and I just hope that life gives us that opportunity. So yeah, that's kind of the background, and I'm still here on my farm and running the business. So my life in reality hasn't changed that much. I live, this is my house. I walk 50 yards away. There's my office. There's my garden where we are growing things. It's all right here.
Awesome.
I have all my dogs and animals, and yeah, it's all
good.
I'm very lucky. Isolation is the same as is life,
Same as life. Well, I think, thank you so much for sharing with such heart, because we do know a bit about you and your products, but getting invited on the inside a little bit and knowing the backstory of what it takes to build something from nothing is always very, it's an incredible.
A lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Heart and commitment.
Yeah, you had a family to support you along the way. So
Yeah.
it sounds like the family business requires expertise from everyone and participation
That's
from
right.
everyone. So awesome. Well, you're in good shape, I think, and we are all very eager to move forward as an organization. We're all thinking about our businesses and how we're going to move forward. And thank you for allowing us to share with you the things we know and the feedback we received to make all of the businesses in Hawaii better. Including yours. So I've got 5 questions for you, Robin. We've started this incredible interview series with the Hawaii Spa Association to unite and engage all of our members in discussion around what we believe are the top 5 questions that Hawaii Spa Association members want to know. So I'd like to kick that off. Are you okay with that? Should we get started?
Yeah.
Fabulous. All right. So the first and maybe the most obvious question is, how will the new normal, whatever that is, in your opinion, change the way that you do business at Ola Tropical Apothecary?
Well, that's a complex question with many answers. And as a creative person, I feel like from day one, let's say, March 1st, when the world started shaking down and suddenly the rug was pulled out from under us, I realized that we were going to have to, really think creatively about how we were going to operate, how we were going to survive, how to make our business better. Right off the bat, it became incredibly obvious that we were way too heavily reliant upon our wholesale business. I would say that's probably 90% of our business is wholesale business. So without that, and let's face it, just dropped off pretty immediately. By the end of March, there was nothing. So I looked at our website and said, holy smokes, that thing has got to perform better. That we're only getting 10% of our revenue from our web sales. What is with that? So immediately that started a whole development plan of bringing in marketers, creating a really aggressive online presence plan, optimization of everything to try to survive. Because much as I want things to be the way they were, I want spas to be the heart and soul and the really the biggest mechanism in our business. We have to think outside that, and we've got to grow our business, we have to grow our online presence. So that happened, and that is happening. And it seems so sort of counterintuitive to think like, wow, here's a time when you have no cash flow. Let's spend a lot of money on developing this brand new marketing strategy that we had no idea how to do, and we have to hire all these people to help us. So, you know, scary, risky, but, you know, in a way it's do or die at a time like this. So that's what we're doing. I went full speed ahead into I already had the plan to get EU certification because I want to take our brand to Europe, and I have opportunities there that need, but we need to basically make sure, you know, our certifications are all aligned. So that's happening, and that'll probably take 8 months. So that's kind of a future goal. And, you know, immediately when sort of the bottom fell out of business, we hosted a huge online sale on our current website, celebrating Mary Monarch, which we all lost this year, sadly. That it's the biggest event in Hilo annually, and we're always there. We always have a presence for, you know, the last 12 years, and it was so sad to lose that. So it was kind of like, okay, everybody, here we are celebrating Mary Monarch, boom, you know, and that really helped our sales out a lot. So there was that, and then I spent a whole lot of time working on getting the PPP loan/grant, which turned, you know, what sounded like a simple resolution to a problem turned out to be pretty complex, because as you know, who wants to come back to work when they can make more money staying at home? I mean, that's the truth. And I had to say, you're right, guys. You know, my staff, I'm talking to them saying, well, yeah, it doesn't make sense that you come back to work and make less money. Yeah. And by the way, what are you going to do with all your kids? Everybody's got kids, you know. Schools are closed. There's no childcare. There's no daycare. Sure. So we're really in a pickle, because actually what's been happening is when our staff has come to work in recent weeks, we're getting all the kids too. So we've got kids with, you know, coloring books, playing outside in the yard, playing with the dogs, and it's great and it's fun, but it's not really very professional or sustainable. Yeah.
So it sounds like you've really, during this time, Robin, have had to make some very complex decisions about not only your personal desires to continue your mission, to move your business forward, but also to consider what opportunities you have now in this new reality to touch new market in
exactly.
ways. And then, as you know, there's everyone in the world making decisions now, and some have a very short-term vision about how to protect what's important now, their families, and their just everyday living. But then there are others who are still inclined to have that long-term vision and are willing to take the risks, like you've taken, to make some decisions and maybe even invest in your business at this time with marketing and with additional resources to increase brand awareness in new ways. So good. I know it's not easy, but you've got a good head on your shoulders for sure. So thanks for sharing on that. So my next question, Robin, is what advice do you have for our members as we all think about opening our doors, whether that's June 1st, July 1st, whenever it is?
Yeah, well, I have a few ideas, and I want, please excuse me if I'm stating the obvious or I'm telling you things that you're already, you know, so what, Robin, I know that. But,
we'll take it.
You know, it just, you know, I've been by myself and these things occur to me, or I read them and I'm just like, okay, that's a great idea. But I mean, the first and foremost is obviously cleanliness and sanitation. That's going to be the number one. Everybody, it's not going to be just a matter of saying it and, you know, saying, okay, welcome back to our very safe and clean environment. Our resort is, you know, spotless or whatever. You have to manifest it in such a way that it's obvious to people. Everywhere they go, they're seeing signs of sanitizing. They're seeing messages of cleanliness. You're probably, the new amenity is going to be a mask and a hand sanitizer. I mean, every single person that works at a resort, at a business, in a spa, in a salon, is going to have to be like an ambassador of housekeeping. You're going to have to be, you know, the one basically providing the safety net and giving the guests the confidence that you are providing a safe environment. So that's going to be huge. You know, the big question in my mind is, you know, how soon are people in general going to be going back into a spa and salon to get services? I mean, it's one thing maybe to go in and get your hair cut, which, you know, we all need, but, you know, it's another thing to get in more involved services. So I wonder about that. I wonder how the look of that is going to change. God forbid we have to like wear plastic gloves. Please don't tell me that's going to happen. You know, for services, I would, you know, for a massage, I would not like that. But I think my first thought is that, you know, if services are slow to rebuild, then obviously retail is the place where you can continue making revenue without risk, you know, even from the standpoint of, you know, people just even ordering it and then picking it up, you know, if it comes to that. And that's only in some business, not specifically the spa. But I think the spa can rely heavily on products. People still want products. They want to feel good. They want to change. They want to feel more radiant. They want to be healthy. They want all that. And let's face it, they've probably learned a lot of new self-care techniques staying at home, how to do my own hair, how to do my own facial, how to do this and that. So, and I'm not saying that it holds a candle to an actual service that they can get in a spa, but it makes do when you're not comfortable yet, you know, having a service or something like that. But I think one of the other things, aside from focus on retail, and maybe even putting together suggested combinations of products that a guest might, you know, just make it super easy, like in a little card saying this, and this equals this, and, you know, it's fabulous makeover or whatever, and then you're selling more products. But I think what's missing in a lot of the industry here in Hawaii, and I may be wrong, but what I've seen is that not many spas have an online marketplace. So they're not selling products online, and there probably is a good reason for that. But I think that's really important, because people may go to the website, they want to come to the spa, they can't come to the spa, they're not even back in Hawaii yet, but they want those products that they had that experience with. So how do they get it?
Yeah.
You know, so I think more online presence, I think that is really the answer in the big picture, is that all of us have to create an enhanced online experience for our clients. So.
Great. So what you're saying, retail is our huge opportunity.
I
right?
think so.
You also touched on a couple of other things that I thought were very, very relevant. You actually, when you started answering this question, you had said, "Forgive me if this sounds obvious," and I've heard that before, but I can't personally overstate what I believe to be as the most important thing is to share what you know, no matter if you think somebody has heard it or not. Because we can no longer afford to keep anything to ourselves when it's going to be for the greater good, right? And so any process, protocol, tip, technique that you think someone should know, or something you've learned, never assume that somebody knows it already. So that was a really good thing for us to think about. You also mentioned that your belief is that the team as a whole, whether it's in the spa or in a resort or hotel, everyone needs to be committed to practices that promote safety and cleanliness. So we're all going to have to sort of roll our sleeves up.
Yeah, literally.
And the other protective equipment, and understand soup to nuts what it takes to create a safe and clean and hygienic environment for all of our guests. And then finally, you know, the power of retail.
So sorry, real quick, because I have a resource that I think might be really useful for everybody. My daughter, who's in the salon industry, told me that she had gone online and she put in 1 hour and got a free sort of sanitation certification from Barbicide. Yeah. So it's barbicide.com, and you just spend an hour and you get this certificate, which to me, everybody loves certificates. So you just have that, or it's in your massage room, or it's somewhere where you can sort of prove that you have all the knowledge. So I think that barbicide.com certification could be very informative and useful in the long run. So
thank you for sharing that. Barbicide is an excellent resource, and it is a very comprehensive online educational opportunity that results in a certificate. And so our employees and our businesses can post these certificates in a very conspicuous way to enhance the consumer confidence that we're all following what we need to follow. I know that Universal Companies has also put together excellent online training and certifications that they can get for free. And I just saw one the other day that I took through Milady's, the famous esthetician textbook. They put out an excellent certification as well. So a number of tools. Thanks for reminding us on that.
Free.
Yeah, free. I like that word. And it is very helpful. My next question for you, Robin, is really about the aloha spirit. And it's a deep one, right? Because we're known for aloha here in Hawaii. People come to us because of that, a feeling that they get when they arrive, and the feeling that they get to keep in their heart when they go home. So how can we all maintain our aloha spirit, considering we're going to have new ways of doing things and limits?
Well, let's face it, Shawn, I think the aloha spirit is something you either cultivate or you don't. And it's a way of life. It's something that you strive for, you embody. It's not something you have to try after a certain point. It's just the way you live. It's a lifestyle, right? So I know that we're going through some ever-changing times, and it's tricky, but I don't think, we don't want to transmit fear and distancing as our sort of MO. As our guests return, we want to focus on supporting the guests, making them feel comfortable and loved, and you're grateful to have them back, and you missed seeing them, and you're thankful. And, from several feet away, you're not embracing them, you're not touching them, in that context, but you're through your eyes, if you're wearing a mask, through your body language, and I highlight body language, very important right now, because I think people, when they wear a mask, they think you cannot see them. I'm looking at their eyes, I'm like, I see you. I see you smiling. Don't even think that you are hiding back there. And when you cannot see your face, you can see your eyes, you got to keep smiling with your eyes, and your body has to say aloha. It has to scream aloha. It has to show love. It has to show caring. You can't be, you have to think about, how do I look? What do I look like in front of this person? How am I inviting them into my space and helping them? I mean, that's what we're all here for. They're here to help them, right? So it's all about intention, baby. Just have that aloha intention, and your body and your eyes will speak it. So I don't see a problem, Shawn.
Good. So, and thank you so much for taking something that's incredibly, I think sometimes a broad concept. When we talk about aloha is a lifestyle, aloha is a feeling. And I think we all get that, especially those of us who've lived here a while. But there are practical demonstrations of aloha. There are ways that aloha manifests in our physicality. And now we're going to have these barriers between us and our guests, including gloves and including masks and sometimes goggles and things like that. But what you're saying, Robin, is being very aware of our body language overall, using our eyes and using the things that the guests can see and interpret in ways that convey welcome, like a real welcoming spirit.
Exactly.
Love it. Awesome. So, Robin, what's the biggest lesson you learned during your time at home?
The biggest lesson is that, I think having a little bit of extra space and peace and time is actually, I know it's making me a better person. I know I'm healthier. I am exercising more. I am taking better care of myself. I am spending a lot of time talking to friends on the phone or family, Zooming with, I feel like my quality of life has actually gotten better. Even I'm not going as many places, seeing as many people, doing as many things. The actual quality of my life has improved because I'm giving myself a lot of attention. I'm having a lot of creative energy because I have space and time. And I'm spending a lot of time outside, which is very healing and balancing to our otherwise fairly stressful life, even in isolation. So I think that we have to somehow carry all the good things that we've gotten during this time of isolation into our busy new lives as we become more public and more in shared spaces, and just remember how important those things are, because your health, I mean, I feel like I've been healthier staying at home, probably all of us, than we ever have when we're shooting around in airplanes and seeing a lot of people. And I think it's not a bad thing what we've been through. It's definitely a big time of reflection, and I hope that we have many takeaways from that period of reflection that will help us be better people and better business people and better business community.
Awesome.
So.
Well, I heard two things that I thought were pretty thought-provoking on my end. Creating space and time.
Mm-hmm.
Space and time, and that can lead to better self-care and
Right.
intentionality, right? Like in the intention to care for ourselves, our immediate surroundings, and ultimately our environment. It's funny that we would all actually be healthier and fit more physically well when we disconnect from many of the other distractors.
Right, a lot of distraction.
So, yeah, I haven't been on a plane in a while, and that's been a real treat because I do. I really love.
I knew you'd relate to that.
Staying home. Thank you. That was for me, right, Robin?
That was specifically for you, Shawn.
My finale question to you, Robin, is: what are you doing right now to stay physically, emotionally well during this time at home?
Well, I've fallen in love with Zoom classes. I do all these exercise classes in my living room. I love them. I'm totally addicted. I've been doing a lot of yoga. I, again, have been spending a lot of time outside in my yard, in our medicine garden. There's so much work to do. I've been playing with my dogs, taking my dogs for a walk, and really just talking to people on the phone. I feel like I've made more calls to friends and family in the last couple of months than I probably have in years, just connecting, just needing to connect and feel that connection. But yeah, just enjoying, I love Zoom. I think Zoom's great. In fact, I was gonna say, what about high spa meetings being on Zoom?
Yeah, well, we have actually had a number of high spa meetings on Zoom.
What?
And
okay.
that's one of the platforms that we're all passionate about right now, hence our ability to put these incredible interviews in place on Zoom for all of our members to review. So it's funny you say that, because we're right on the same page. We're all loving Zoom. So thanks for supporting.
It's so easy, and so as long as it's organized, it's so much easier than flying here or taking a whole day. I mean, I can condense it and just be all together in the comfort of our own office or home. It's just wonderful.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that you are spending some quality downtime, but still thinking long and hard about the future and doing everything you can to keep us all moving here in Hawaii and in our beautiful spa industry. Robin,
we're so lucky, by the way, to be here.
We are so blessed, and we're blessed to have you as our guest. Thanks for your time today. Much aloha to you.
Thank you, Shawn. Aloha. Bye.
Bye. Okay, over to you, Jen.
Wow, that was incredible. I took away a lot of really great things from Robin. And I think, to Shawn's point during the interview, the concept of space and time really just sums up everything that she said, because everything falls into that category. And I'm very grateful to have more space and more time. But it looks like we've lost Makiko. So it's just the four of us right now. But I wanted to, for all of those people at home that are going to be watching this recorded version, thank you for taking time to watch this series. And I am really excited to announce that next week we'll be continuing. We have 3 sessions left of this 6-session series. And we are going to be welcoming a corporate spa director. The corporate spa director of Montage International, my boss, Patrick Huey, will be joining us, which I think will be really great to tie in the 3 sessions that we've had already. We had Dr. J from Minute Medical. We had last week, Sharon, remind me of his name, I apologize, the GM. Brian, thank you, who joined us from an operator standpoint from a hotel that's still in operation and running at 90% occupancy through this. And you know, today with Robin's interview, and Patrick's going to give us more of a global 30,000-foot view on how it's going to affect all of us when we reopen. So I'm really excited to get his thoughts as we move into the next session. So join us next Thursday, 1 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time. And we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for joining.
And for all of you that, I'm just jumping in here, but for all of you that are listening to the recording, we will have these events posted. Our Facebook page has shifted a little bit, so we apologize that we didn't catch you today, but we'll look forward to seeing you next week as well.
Fabulous. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.